Hi guys, my name is Joe, and welcome to Media Fight Mondays, where I take a look at a fight scene, give it a bit of a breakdown, and then grade it on realism and storytelling. So, because it's the holidays, I don't have a whole lot of time to do these things right now. I've chosen a fight scene from Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and it's pretty brief. To set our stage, we have Major Kira Nerys, played by Nana Visitor, and we have Gul Rusot, played by John Vickery. Miss Visitor was a regular on Deep Space Nine. She was in all 7 seasons. I think that's what she's known for the most. Mr. Vickery, he's sort of a character actor. I hate to say that because it seems to bring a certain stigma. The man has an outstanding voice. He's an excellent actor. He always seems to play, at least in the shows that I frequent, sort of an antagonistic alien. So that he is playing a member of the Cardassian race, and there is some tension between his character and Major Kira because for decades they were the oppressors of her people, and now they are being oppressed, and she is there to sort of assist them. He suspects that her intentions are duplicitous. I couldn't find anyone choreographing this fight scene. Again, it's brief, but we're going to take a look at it. So he puts his hands on her, she breaks free, palm strike, and does 2 strikes with, in professional wrestling they call it a double axe handle. I don't know if there's another name for it. So strike to the jaw, double fist punch to the body. When he bent over, she followed it up to like his back or his neck. And now she's got his arm behind him and sort of in what we would call a chicken wing sort of position. You wrap your arm around the other person's arm and pull it behind their back. It's hard for me to tell what she's doing with her right hand. It's not applying pressure to the throat, but it is clearly applying pressure to the neck. It might be sort of like a half strangle, maybe putting pressure on this artery. With that being said, he's an alien. His anatomy may be different. It probably is. There's usually in Star Trek like some subtle differences, like Vulcans have their heart on their left side, and Klingons have like 2 of every internal organ. Yeah, she's just basically got him yoked up and helpless, and I've cut out the dialogue, but it's neat. He says, "Oh, I must have touched a nerve, or must have hit a nerve," and she's like, "No, this is hitting a nerve," and then it does something that's sort of obscured by his body, and threatens that if he continues with his behavior, she will let him know how many nerves he has. As far as realism goes, without really knowing how his anatomy is any different, I'm going to assume similar anatomy to humans. Palm strike to the jaw, because you got the brain inside of here. That's good. She sort of did like a hooking palm strike. 2 strikes like this. This is bad. Don't hit somebody like this. See how my fingers are interlaced? Gently do that, and then hit him on a table. And all it does is like smash the inside portion of your fingers together. It's terrible. It is not a good way to attack someone. The chicken wing is effective. Applying pressure on the opposite side of the body is okay for restraint, although again, it's difficult to see what she's doing. Out of story purposes, the Cardassians have this prosthetic wide neck, and it's probably difficult to do the thing that she's doing to him without messing up the prostheses. This is not the most efficient or effective way to hold someone like that. Going back to professional wrestling, a few professional wrestlers, I'd say notably Bob Backlund, have used a maneuver called a crossface chicken wing, where you've got the guy's arm yoked up behind his back, and then your other arm is going. If it's a true crossface, it would drive the head away. Usually it's shown as like going under the chin or cupping the chin. Both of those, if you can get into those positions, are pretty effective for controlling positions. You can apply pressure to the throat and the carotids if you're going underneath the chin, but it's sort of difficult to get your hands to meet against somebody who's fighting you off. If you can grip the chin, and you got the arm behind the back, you can pull the chin in the opposite direction, as long as you make sure it's the chin so you don't get bitten, then you do stand a chance of applying pressure in two different directions, which will afford pretty good control over the upper body. This will be dependent, of course, on things like height and limb length. I'm a shorter dude. I'm probably not going to do that to too many people. If you can get into that position, I do think it's a reasonably good control position. So for realism, I'm taking a lot of points off for that, axe handle. The palm strike is really good though. Chicken wing part is good. Whatever's going on with his neck isn't. Let's go with a D. Let's go with a D minus. That's bad, but so is literally anything involved when you're trying to hit somebody like this. As far as storytelling goes, this isn't really telling any sort of story except that she is showing restraint. She gets into a position where they can have a conversation, and that's good for TV. We're having a conversation where someone is being restrained. I think the end result of that is good for storytelling purposes. It shows that our protagonist is showing some restraint. She didn't knock him out. She didn't break his arm. She is threatening him, though. It allows for dialogue. I'd give that one a C minus. Because nothing else that they did really told a story very well. I love the series. It has a very distinctive fighting style, and maybe one day I'll get around to actually covering the fighting style used in, the golden age of the Star Trek TV shows. We got a D minus for realism. We have a C minus for storytelling. And I know this video was brief, but again, I got a lot going on. So we're just going to make it a short video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys on Friday with another video.